Hello, welcome to Trisha's Cards and Crafts. And what's on Wednesday? Well, today I thought we would do a 3D project, and on Tuesday, on Technique Tuesday, I made these cards. I made 3 cards. Actually, I don't know which ones are which now. Which ones I made? I think I did these 3 first on Tuesday, and then I went back and I made another 3, so I made 6 cards all together with the same. So I used the papers, and I've only used 1 sheet of each of the papers to do all of this. So I cut 1 egg and 1 piece of DSP for that, and 1 piece of DSP for that, and it all comes out, and there's some left over. So I've cut an egg out of each of the DSPs, and I've also done the same with the 3 different colours that I've used. So the Flirty Flamingo, the Azure Afternoon, and the Lemon Lolly. So I've made 6 cards out of those. So it's less than 6 by 6 of each of those products that I've used. These cards are 4 inches by 4 inches. Well, they're slightly under, and the envelopes are just over 4 inches, so they all fit in the envelope. So I thought it would be nice if I wanted to make these as a gift for somebody. I'd make a little box or envelope box to put them in. So this is what I've done. I've chosen the Azure Afternoon cardstock to make it from, and I've got a full width of the A4 sheet, but I've cut it down to 11 inches. And on the long side, so 11-inch side, you want to score it at 4 1/4, 5 1/4, 8 1/2, or no, 9 1/2, and 10 1/2. And then on the short side, the 8 1/4 side, you're scoring it at 1 inch, 5 1/4 inches, 6 1/4 inches, and then that's left over. So what I can go through that. I did use my trimmer for this. You can use a scoreboard, it doesn't matter which you use. I haven't got my trimmer blade. I have sent for one, but it's somewhere on my floor, but I don't know where it is and I can't find it. So I started off at 4 1/4, and I used my scoring tool for this. So 4 1/4, there it is, and I scored down the centre like that. Then at 5 1/4, and then again at 8 1/2, at 9 1/2 I should say, and 10 1/2, and then I turned it round and I scored it at this way round. I scored it at 1 inch, at 5 1/4, so 1 inch, 5 1/4. I think that's 5 1/4 should be there. Yeah, 5 1/4, that there, and then 6 1/4, and that was all I needed to do on here. So that should be about there. So I scored there. So those are all the score lines I've done. What I've also done is I used my my trimmer I wanted to score it in the middle of the 4 1/4, so that would be 2 1/8. So I moved this across to 2 1/8, and I just made a small indentation at the top there. Then I used a ruler, and I used my scoring tool again, which I would have to do anyway, and I scored from the point that was in the middle to the corner of the first scored section there, and the same thing then on the opposite side from the middle of there to the outside edge there, only on the first section. Now we need to cut a lot of bits away. So we're going to cut this triangle out, well, these two triangles off here, but also cut all of this down here and across, up there, down there and across, and we're cutting all of that part away, and we're also cutting this little bit off down here, so that bit there. I'm going to mitre the corners in from that piece, because that's the piece that's going to attach, make this into a box shape. Okay, so let's start. So we're going to cut this piece, might as well cut the pieces off that we're cutting off first. So we're going to mitre this in, mitre this in, and then I'm going to cut up here. That's going to be a tab. I decided to leave the tabs in, but I might change my mind later on and cut them off. But at the moment I'm leaving the tabs in. So then I'm going to cut down here and then across, all the way across here now. I want to try and make sure that I'm on the score line. Up here. And then across again. Oops. So there. Then I'm going up this diagonal line here. So all of that is come away. So I'm left with that there. And then I'm going to cut this corner off here from the centre point down to this intersection there. Okay, so all of that is what's left. I'm going to cut down here, there, and then I'm going to cut up here and here and this one here, right to the score lines. So I've got my, and then I'm going to just come in slightly to the corner, just chamfer the side corners in, or mitre them just a little bit, just to make it a little less bulk. There we go. And I'm going to do the same thing with these. Just come in slightly. Get those off. And the same thing on this tab here. There we go. I might do that one a little bit more. There we go. Right, so that is what I'm left with. Here we go. So we've got 4 1/4, an inch, 4 1/4, an inch and a half an inch. Then we've got an inch all the way along there, an inch there, and this bit is around about 2 inches, and I've cut it, we've just cut the corners off of that piece there. So now we're going to score them all. So and again, this piece here. So those are all those, and then these are all going to come up here. And then this one and that one are coming down. And this is going to come across here. But I'm also going to score this one there. And because I can, if you don't have to do this, and if you haven't got a corner around it, you don't have to do it, obviously. I've got a corner around it, and I'm just going to put this piece in here, and I'm going to round. Oh, didn't work. So that's not good. Let's hope, yes. Why Why is it sometimes they work and sometimes they don't? I haven't got it in right. Right, that will do. So this box is going to come around like this, and then that is going to come over the top like that. And I wanted it to look a bit like an envelope. So that is my box shape to put my cards in. I'm going to I've cut some DSP, so another piece of I've cut the actual one with the balloons on this time. And this is 4 by 4, and then these are 4 by 3/4 inch. So I'm just going to decorate the front part of the box and the 2 sides. So those are it's easy to do this before I stick it together. So I'm going to stick these on next. And I've got all of the stripes going in the same direction. So I've cut the paper so that it's all the stripes are going in the same direction. If you've got a directional print, you might want to think about which way up you want it. There we go, and that way round. And there's my piece to go on the front, and then this piece for the side. There we go, and that's going to go on there like that. And then I'm going to use 2 of the dies from here. I'm going to use the smallest one and the next size up, and because I can, I think I'll have a look now to check. So that's my box. We can put this together now. So first of all, I'm going to put some glue along this tab here. Again, not too close to the edges because I don't want it oozing out. Not too much. So that's that one. And then I'm bringing this one across to meet it. And that should hopefully all be in line. And I'm going to use my bar folder to press it down. So this is the back of my box, and that's the front. And then I'm going to tuck that in first, and I'm going to put some glue on the tabs here. So some glue on this tab here and this one here, and I'm going to put those, I'll tuck that one down, put those over there like that, and then I'm going to bring this one over. I'll put some more glue along this here. Come on, you can come out. And then this is going to come up. I've got some on there. Right, and push this down here to hold it down, and I'm going to push down from inside too. And I've enclosed the tabs from the sides inside the 2 front and back flaps, so that will hopefully now, there's nothing to catch on the inside of the box, only this tab here. Okay, so that should be nice and solid as well. So I've just pressed that down again from the inside. These will come over, and that will come over to over the top there like that. So we need something to keep that down. And what I thought I would do is use some of this that I've cut off. Hopefully I'm going to use that. Well, yeah, I could. going to use some of this to cut out. Now, if I hadn't scored that line, then it probably won't show, because I'm going to put the other egg, another egg, I'm going to cut out over the top, so it won't show that, hopefully very little anyway. So that's what I'm going to do first. I'm going to cut a blue egg out of this piece, and then I've got a piece of white card, and I don't know if that will, yes, that will fit on here, so I will have to cut that bit off. So that there, and a little piece there, and I'll just cut this off there. So these are going to go through my mini cut and emboss machine. Oops, stay there a minute. I need the plates. Here we go. So first of all, I'll do the blue one, and this can go through, hopefully. We'll go through. There we go. And then I will cut out my white egg. There we go. There we are. Cut that out. Put those away. And I've now got to take these off here. Oops. That's one, and I can get rid of that piece because it's a scrap piece now. And this white piece, this other egg. So that one's got stitching and this one's got dots around it. And I'm going to stay up. Find my Azure blue ink pad. Here we go. Azure Afternoon. There we go. And on this white piece, I'm going to put some scrap underneath just in case. Here it is. And I'm going to get my Happy Easter. And I'm going to do it towards the bottom and try and get as much of it on as I can. I know it's not all going to fit, but it's the best I can do. There we go. That's okay. That's why I put the piece of scrap underneath, because I didn't knew it was going to go over. And then I'm going to get my crumb cake again and my rabbit. I'm going to put him on top. Here. There we go. So I've got my Happy Easter and my rabbit, and then that is going to go on top of there. And I'm going to use some Tombow for that. Okay, and put that there. So I've got my Happy Easter and my egg. There we go. Now for my box, I'm going to hopefully be able to tuck that behind there. So I'm going to put this up onto dimensionals. And I don't have many left on this sheet, but I can use what I've got. So that's okay. Right, let's see what we've got. I don't want to put any here because I want the flap, I don't want to put any in that area there because I want the flap to go down. So if I put it on there like that, I can see where I want my dimensionals to go. And another one over here and there. And then I can put some more on just to make sure it doesn't sag in the middle. So there we go. So that's my dimensionals on there. Actually, if I put my cards in first, that might help. So they fit in nicely. So there's a bit of room all the way around, but not too much. That's not the envelopes as well. The envelopes go in as well. So that's better. Now they fit quite snugly. So I'm going to put the flat card, the two side flaps down, and we're going to take the pieces off here. And the last one. And bring this down and place this like that on the front. So now my box stays shut, and then it will just open, and when I want to shut it again, I can just pop the flap behind there like that. Okay, so there is my little box for my Easter cards, and that would make a nice little gift for somebody who perhaps can't get out and get Easter cards for themselves. They might like to have that as a little treat so that they can send cards to other people. Okay, thank you very much for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed it, and maybe if you want any of the dimensions, I will try and remember to put them at the bottom. If not, I will put them in my blog, and I will try and take a picture of the template so that you know what shape you need to end up with when you cut all the pieces away. Okay, thank you very much again for joining me today. Hope you've enjoyed the little project I've done today. So a nice little box to keep my Easter cards in. So I've got 6 cards and envelopes. They're 4x4 inside, well, just about 4x4 approximately inside. I could decorate this. I could put some nice little, I've got some of these rainbow adhesive back dots. We can put some of these on just to finish it off. If you've got any other questions or any suggestions, you can put them, send me the comments on my Instagram, my Facebook. You can put them on YouTube, or you can also put them on my blog. So we'll put one here. We'll use some different colours because they're all over the place. And it's nice to use some different ones. I'm not going to use the blue. I might use the Flirty Flamingo. I'll use a large one of those. Maybe put that one over here. So there's my card for today. My project for today, which is a box for 6 cards and envelopes. It doesn't have to be Easter cards. They could be saying hello, just note cards, or whatever you want to make. If you're using the Stampin' Up! Note cards and envelopes, we would have to change the dimension slightly, but you could make it in a similar way to this. Okay, once again, thank you very much for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed the project, and you'll come back and join me again soon. Bye for now.